Yeah, welcome to the second season of the Naija Filmmaker, a podcast for us to talk about Nigerian filmmakers, their films, and how we can build a diverse and functional industry. I'm your host, Selegot. On this episode, my guest is Carina. She is a film makeup artist. She has worked on blockbusters like Sugar Rush, Nigerian Prince, Elevator Baby, and Day of Destiny. We talk about film makeup, her process, and improvements that can be made to film crew remuneration. If you're a new listener, you're welcome and I hope you enjoy. Hi Carina, you're welcome to the Naija Filmmaker podcast.
Thank you so much.
So can you introduce yourself?
Okay, hi, my name is Carina. I'm a film makeup artist. I'm based in Lagos and I love what I do.
Okay. How did you get started in film makeup?
I wouldn't say it was like, oh, I've always wanted to do this. It wasn't intentional at all.
Yeah.
But I thought about it. I was thinking, what can I possibly do? And what came to mind first was special effects, how to do that, and all of that. But as I, got into special effects, I love that, and I decided to go deeper and do the entire film makeup as a whole, the special effect, character, beauty, all of it entirely. So that's how I started doing film makeup.
You've worked on Sugar Rush, MTV Sugar, Nigerian Trade, Bariga Sugar, Elevator Baby, Nigerian Prince, Rattlesnake, Day of Destiny. How has the experience been working on some of these big projects?
Well, I mean, some were nice, some were not nice. But I think regardless, I appreciate every type of experience because it would help, for future purposes. So some of them were good, some of them weren't as good as they were supposed to be. And but at the end of the day, you need all the experiences you can get. So I'm thankful for all of them, and I would definitely still do this project if I was to go back and take the job again. I would definitely do all of them because they have served the purpose or they will help me sometime in life. So I don't do any project and say, oh, it was a mistake. No, it's not a mistake because each experiences will help you either know how to tackle a future problem or how to avoid a future problem. So yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about some of these positive experiences you've had from working on these projects. Can you tell us some of them, the positive experiences?
Positive experience in terms of okay, for one, there's some projects that I've worked on that I like when people are being professional. We're not bringing sentiment into the work. It's not about you if we don't like each other. It's strictly just about the work. So I do appreciate it when I'm on a set and everybody is being as professional as they can be.
Yeah.
So that helps with your experiences so that you know that whatever that is happening in set, it's nothing personal. It's you understand that is the work, and that's what you need. That's the experiences you need, the work experiences, not how you personally feel about the project or how you personally feel about me as a makeup artist or as a head of department. So that's that for professionalism. There are some, good experiences with in terms of teamwork. The the whole crew is in sync and nobody's trying to pull anybody down or be like, oh, it's your fault. I threw you under the bus.
Yeah.
It's like teamwork going. So everybody's trying to, make this project work. So everybody's mind and soul is like, let's make this work. We have to make this work. So it's not about, oh, it's your fault. It's not my fault. There's no blame being pointed around. Instead, we're trying to find a solution together as a team to move the production forward. Um, I've had good experiences in terms of financially. Yeah, it's always a good thing when you get paid
Yeah.
how your work.
Yeah.
So when people pay you your work, it helps in your experiences and in our work because I've had productions where I wasn't paid well and maybe I did it because maybe I thought the story was good and I feel like this story needs to be out there. But then at some point, it will become a problem because I find myself saying, "Yo, you guys are not paying me so much for all this stress." Those kind of comments. We all make them
Yeah.
when we don't get paid as much as we're worth. So yeah, in terms of financially, I've had good experiences with that too. Now there are lots of them, but I would just say there's one. Yeah.
Okay. And you've worked on music videos, film, TV, commercials, short films. Like, what's the difference, working on these different types of projects, like with pacing and everything?
Okay. Let me. Okay. So music video, commercials, feature length film, and short film. Um, so technically, or how it should be, feature length films should take a longer period of time to shoot because it's a bigger script, it's a bigger story, it has more crew members, it has a lot more actors or whatnot.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot more time to film, to put together, to plan, to even bring out the end result of because there are so many things, there are so many moving factors you have to consider. While like a short film, you can do a short film with as little as your phone, right? You
Yeah.
can shoot with as little as your phone and with a couple of friends. Or if you want to be all professional, you can, if you have the money, you can hire a capable team and hire like good actors and all of that, depending
Yeah.
on what you want to do with your film. If you want to put it in festivals and all of that, so you have to like, make it a bit more festival worthy for you
Yeah.
to that most times it doesn't take that long to shoot. Depending on how it is, I can say highest a week maximum to shoot a short film,
Hmm.
but most times it's like 3 days, 4 days situation. But that depends on how short the story is and what the content of the script is. Maybe you have too many locations in the short film. Maybe that's how it is, and so that would require a lot of moving up and down for the crew and all of that, and that would take time. So hence why we need more extra time to shoot that. So feature length takes a bigger crew, bigger actors. When I say well, not bigger actors, like more actors,
Yeah.
more because it's like background actors, main characters, supporting roles, all of that, day players. So there's a lot more actors involved in feature length film. While in the short film, it could just be one person, it could be two people, it could be more than, but you know, most times in short films is always limited to quite a number of people, maybe two people, three people. That's it,
Yeah.
because it's a short film and just you can't put a lot in it so that the story doesn't get lost in the midst of all those people. Except it's essential for your story that these people are there. But then commercials is commercial. We like to say commercial is like a chilled kind of work, where um, I'm saying this in terms of makeup. I'm
Yeah.
not saying in terms of pre-production. I'm talking about my department. In
Hmm.
terms of makeup, it's more of really chilled work because there's not. I wouldn't say it doesn't have a lot of creativity, but it most times you don't do character creation
Yeah.
in commercials. For example, in a commercial, it doesn't matter if a girl is wearing makeup and she's just waking up in bed.
Yeah.
If the commercial is about good skin or whatever, then she would have to look flawless. So you would have to do something to make her look like the most beautiful girl on earth. So it doesn't, nobody is gonna, question you as against an actual film, a short film or a feature length film, and somebody's waking up on bed and we see she's wearing makeup.
Yeah.
So, people would definitely have their say in that. But in commercials, people don't really put that much interest in it. As long as you are passing out the message of whatever brand or product you're trying to sell to the people, I think that's all people need to see. And oh, it's nice, a nice commercial in general. Your picture is great, your art direction is beautiful, all that. Nobody really puts that much interest into the makeup, except to do like a really horrible job with the makeup. That
Yeah.
it's like, whoa. Right? But most times it's not as creative. It's not all of them. There are some commercials. For example, there was this is it Airtel ad with the Aflayo guy.
Yeah.
Then of years back that he needed to look like he was stranded in an island and he needed to like do beards and all of that. And he had to hire a special effects person to do all of that.
Huh.
So that's just one of those few times that you get a little bit of creativity in there and make the person, look the part and all that. But aside from all those few times, you don't really have so much work to do. So yeah, commercials take about depending on the production company, depending on what you're shooting. Some commercials take maybe like an Instagram ad, it could take like a day to shoot,
Yeah.
but it doesn't take as much time as a feature length film. It's 3 days, 4 days, 5 days tops, depending on how many commercials you're about to shoot for a particular brand. Um, yeah, for music videos, yeah, some music videos have gives you the space to be creative sometimes, and some don't. Some is just pretty straightforward. We just want pretty girls, so let's just do that. Some have some creative makeup looks that they really want, and it allows you to do a little bit of maybe some avant-garde kind of situation, or
Yeah.
just play the cards and all of that. So and sometimes they require special effects. This is that, um, and they don't really take so much time to shoot. I think the highest I've shot a music video was 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, music videos take a whole day, just a whole day, and you guys are done. So yeah, so in general, feature length film gives you more room to be creative, more room to design your characters, design their looks from maybe hair to the makeup, and also liaising with the costume department to see how all that fits together.
Yeah.
It takes a long time, it's more exciting, it has more experiences and all that versus the short film that just take a few times that you can even do with your phone at home anywhere, except for festivals. So then you need to be a little bit more professional. Versus
Mm.
the commercials don't really give so much room for creativity. Then the music video that 1 day, 2 days top. So yeah.
Do you like have more jobs that is just kind of normal makeup, or people tend to kind of push what they do with the makeup?
Okay, yeah, I think I do get more feature length film jobs, that have a feature length film alone allows you, like I said, allows you to design your character looks,
Mm.
and and it's there's special effects. Most of them do have special effects, even if it's the tiniest detail of special effects. Most of them do have special effects.
Yeah.
So I mean, my profile says film makeup artist, and most of the time it's most of them are film. I mean, the commercial could be shot like a film, music video could be shot like a film. So, but mostly the feature length films and short films, but mostly feature length films that have special effects. Um, and so since I have a team, so it's always easier for the feature length film. I have people that work with me, and I don't work alone. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's easier to do those jobs, and we get those kind of jobs, more than the.
Okay. So like with a feature film, being the head of the makeup department, like how was the longest kind of pre-production time you have been given, before you had to go on set?
Well, I've had a project. I've had a script sent to me like a year before they actually want to shoot it,
Okay.
and and I keep revising the script, reading the script, talking with the director, and you see when there's a new draft, I have to read it all over again and do the same thing. So um, yeah, so I can say a year. I've had a year. I've had a couple of months, but I think the most has been a year that
Okay.
I got a year before they intend on shooting it. Yeah.
That's that's nice. So like what's your process like when you get a script? What do you look out for?
Okay. So first of all, when I get a script, I try to understand the story. So I don't read looking out for anything. So I just read like I'm just trying to, read a story and enjoy the story or not enjoy the story if the story is not intriguing.
Hmm.
But I first of all read to just understand the story itself, what the writer was trying to tell us, and all of that.
Yeah.
So afterwards, what I then do is I read the script again, now looking out for things in my department. So I start taking notes of the characters and how the writer is perceiving this character or how I'm perceiving this character, maybe because of the way they talk or the way they act or something,
Yeah.
or if there's specific things written down for a specific actor. For example, I can read Chike 35 bald. So there's a note there for makeup.
Yeah.
So this actor is bald. So that means if they bring me an actor that has hair, I have to make him bald
Hmm.
because probably there's a reason why this actor again character needs to be bald. Maybe it adds something to the story. Except the director says otherwise and it doesn't matter, then that's fine. So I'm reading the script the second time, looking out for things that concern my department, taking notes of all the characters, writing them down, or highlighting them, whichever one I'm doing at the time, highlighting each characters, and then after which I go ahead to do a makeup breakdown for each character. And most times I do makeup and hair breakdown because most times I'm in charge of makeup and hair department. So I'm looking at this actor. It's not just when there's makeup, it's not just about the women. It's not just about the foundation and whatnot. They're the men too. We also have to make their characters look the part.
Yeah.
Because I think people only when they say makeup, they only think about the women, and that's not right
Hmm.
because they're not the only ones that wear makeup on sets. Are meant to wear makeup on set. So I'm looking at an actor, a character, and he needs to be maybe he's like he works at the corporate world. So technically, someone that works in the corporate world will want to look the part. He cannot have like the bushy hair. He's always like neatly looking and all of that. So
Yeah.
nothing about him is going to be scruffy looking or any of that, except like I said, the writer specifies that, and that is because it has something to do with the story. Maybe afterwards something happens and then he decides to get clean,
Hmm.
and maybe someone died, something like that. But if not, in general, I'm making a makeup breakdown for of this character. So when I'm done with the breakdown, I then go ahead to make a mood board for the director and for the production team to see what my idea for each character is.
Yeah.
So, a mood board, for people that don't know what a mood board is basically a pictorial representation of your ideas. right? So if I'm saying, oh, I want this guy to look like super fresh and he's always clean shaved and all of that. So when I'm doing a mood board, if his character name is his character name is Leo, I would say, oh, Leo is always a clean shaved looking guy, and this is what I think he should look clean shaved. And I think whoever Leo is playing should have a beard or should have a mustache or should not have any. He should be super clean down there because maybe he's a military guy or whatever. So all those kind of details. Obviously, if it's a military guy, if you don't know anything about military people, you have to do your research. You
Yeah.
have to know, oh, do military people keep hair? Do they do this? Do they do that? Can they have, mustaches? If not, a beard. So you have to put all that in there and be like, yeah, this is my presentation for this character. So, for example, if characters develop over time in the film, for
Mm.
example, there was a scruffy looking guy initially, and then all of a sudden he had to go clean shave. You have to show also that, okay, this is the kind of scruffy I'm looking at. There are different levels to scruffy,
Yeah.
right? There are different levels to someone looking scruffy. There are people that look scruffy and still look really attractive with their scruffy. There are people that look scruffy and they're just plain disgusting to you. So it depends on the level of scruffy you're looking at. So you have to also show a picture representation of, okay, this is the level of scruffy we're going with. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too clean, but if looking at him, you know this person has not shaved whether in like 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you now show the transition, oh, this is it. Okay, when he's clean shave, this is the kind of clean shave I'm going for. I'm not taking out his whole hair. I'm just bringing it down a little bit. This is it. This is the kind of haircut he's gonna be having. Um, Men have different haircuts, and each actor should have a kind of haircut that will suit the character and everything. It's not just, oh, let's cut his hair.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be fade, then do that. If it's gonna be a skin, then do that. If it's gonna be a mohawk or whatever, depending on the character, you do that. So if his hair is gonna have a color, if he's gonna have a colored hair for some reason, then you have to put a pictorial representation of which color you're gonna use,
Mm.
which color you think best represents this actor. So I mean, we do all these things, and most times when we come with set, all of them change because maybe you do it and the director is like, I'm not feeling it anymore. Let's just do something different.
Yeah.
Most times it doesn't always go, it doesn't always go the way it is on paper. So,
Yeah.
so that I think that's my process in general.
Okay.
After that, to the production team and they look at it, and if the director has any notes or anything he has to say at that point during pre-production, he will send it back to me and I will take notes of that. Then I also make adjustments when when I see the cast.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I was going for a specific character that I wanted him to have a full hair, and for some reason they casted someone that naturally is bald,
Yeah.
then I have to make that work. I would have to make the character be bald. I have to tweak my mood board to suit the cast that I'm seeing before me, you know?
Yeah.
So there are some certain kind of makeup looks that might probably the cast I'm seeing, I'm like, okay, because of the way her face shape is, if I do this type of makeup on her, it wouldn't really work out the way that I'm envisioning it. So I would have to change all those kind of things. So it's that's my process. That's where it ends. So we go on set, and if there's any changes, we do them. If there's none, then we stick to what we have in our mood board.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was going to ask. Do you tend to notice that most directors kind of have a very strong idea of how they want the characters to look, or they pretty much most times kind of go with your interpretation?
But most times the directors have a say, like, and at the end of the day, it's the director's vision we're trying to carry out. It's not my vision. it's not my film. It's not the Karina's film. It's gonna be whoever that is directing film. That's how it's gonna play out in TV. So if the director insists, oh, I need this man to look, I will make a strong argument as to why. That is why I'm the head of department for makeup. I should have a reason as to why I want this character to look this way, right? That is why we're all there
Yeah.
to to work out this whole thing. It's not. I mean, naturally, I've not worked with any director that was very strict on like, oh, this person must look this way. I don't care what you have to say. No.
Yeah.
If you make a strong argument and he could see as the reason why then he would let it be. But if you can't defend your mood board, and then he would do whatever he wants. So because and that is, sometimes it's sometimes he's the director boy. He doesn't major in makeup, so he might not see the way you're saying it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
He has he has stage in all the look. He knows, yeah, in my head I want this to look this way, but he doesn't have in full details why it should be this way or why it shouldn't be that way or that kind of thing. That is why we have all these departments so that the experts in each department can say, oh yes, if it's this way, then it has to be this way. If it's not gonna be this way, then it happen. This is what would go wrong with this. So yeah, directors do have their opinions. Sometimes I do defend my mood boards, but sometimes they're like, no, 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 let's just do it this way. And I'm like, okay, fine. But I think it's important to defend your mood board and defend it with your food check
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it sometimes it helps show that okay, you actually know what you're doing, and it would help. When you're communicating with the director, you know that okay, she knows what she's doing, so I can fully trust her. So that will reduce less work on the director, with teamwork. So however to take away the pressure, you help.
Definitely.
That
Do you have any tips for like directors, kind of in getting the best out of their makeup artists on set?
I think they should all know the fundamentals of makeup, like just the basics. Like, okay, for a basic film makeup, this is how basic it can get.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have like, crazy, crazy looking lashes everywhere. Or I think most directors understand this, but you never can tell. Like I said, I've not worked with any director that hasn't that I don't know that has a problem with the way we've been doing makeup or any of those things.
Okay. All
But
right. So yeah, is there any movie you've watched and you're like in your mind, I wish I was on the makeup team of this film.
of course, there are so many films.
So
Like,
can you please
oh,
mention some of these films?
I will not do such things, but because those guys are like some of them I know who the makeup people are, and I could meet them somewhere, and it wouldn't be nice that they think that I'm bashing their work. I
Yeah.
mean, I know they're trying their best, but I think it's a thing of when people are not actual film makeup artists.
Yeah.
They are regular makeup artists, the ones that can do makeup and put on Instagram and all of that. But when you are not a film, there's a difference. People don't seem to understand it. There is a difference. There's a huge ass difference. There's a difference between a regular makeup artist and a film makeup artist
Yeah.
because makeup artists on Instagram or bridals or whatever, they're not doing makeup for camera,
Uh-huh.
right? There's no 4K light hitting from anywhere. There is no light hitting the bride from anywhere. It's all natural light.
Yeah.
And little, there is no heat where they are.
Hmm.
So there are different things to how you should do makeup. There are so many things you should put into consideration. And sometimes even working with a certain DPs that understand some certain things, they will tell you, okay, let's do this, let's do that. So I can't say, oh, this film, I wish I was a makeup person. No, they've done it. The film is out there. I'm sure maybe if they look at it, they might see their mistakes. Or I mean, I don't think I'm perfect, but I think I'm on it. Like
Yeah.
I really I'm it's I'm with my team. Obviously, when you start out, you're still learning, but I think so far I'm on it. Like you don't do hair makeup here. You don't want the actor to be melting while the camera is rolling and you are like seeing foundation dripping down her neck because
Definitely.
she's like, or her forehead or something. So those kind of things. So there are a lot of things that I wish, I'm like, yo, who is this person?
Hmm.
But how did you do this? How can you not have seen this? Why did you do this?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you mentioned you're on it. You know your
Yeah.
stuff, and basically you know how to get your results. So what are some of these things that you do to kind of, I guess, keep leveling up in the makeup game, film makeup game?
Um, well, I try to, watch some um film related makeup looks behind the scenes, listen to like other like Hollywood makeup artists talk about their work or what they do on set, how they handle their stuff and all that. So it helps when I see because I mean we're trying to be like Hollywood. So
Yeah.
who better than Hollywood people to, tell you or teach you what to do? So just by listening to what they have to say, you would learn a couple of things. So I try to stay informed, I guess. And I have a basic film makeup training. I went to a film school and I got a basic film makeup training. And I mean, when I got there, I understood why we have to do the makeup a certain type of way and all of that. You understand? Because before then, I was like, yeah, I get it, but then I don't really get it.
Yeah.
So I try to put that into my work that I do. When I do films, I don't do a lot of. If you look at the films that I've worked on, well, since let me say since 2019, 2020,
Yeah.
because I started filming like 2017 or so. And I started working alone 2018. And then, it would take a while for you to build up yourself and all of that. So by 2019, I went to a film school in 2019 and I got to understand some certain. So from 2019, I don't do colors on film on set
Okay.
because once we watch Hollywood films, right? And I've noticed their female characters never have colors on their faces. Like there's no colored eyeshadow anywhere,
Yeah.
distracting you from typing or one crazy eyelashes like flapping up and down.
Uh-huh.
You know, I get it. It's a trend here that we have to wear lashes, all that. It's like a color. We like colors.
Yeah.
But the thing is that this is work. I'm on the film set and shooting on set, we don't shoot sequentially. You don't shoot scene one, scene two, scene three, scene four. No, we're shooting 20 and then we're like in scene 96. So if I need to switch a makeup and I have colors everywhere on her face.
Yeah.
Let's say so I did a colored makeup on her, and next thing she's supposed to be very subtle and she's at home. I would not allow her wear colors. Why is she wearing makeup at home in the first place?
Yeah.
So now that would make me want to wipe her down. So now this is me causing downtime. One, me putting stress or it's causing stress on the actress because I'm wiping. Wiping makeup is very, to be honest, is annoying. I wear makeup and I know how wiping off makeup on your face is. It's really annoying and it stresses the skin,
Yeah.
right? And when an actor has been shooting the whole day and then you want to wipe her makeup and then the next thing you have to put it back on again, it really stresses them out. And we know how that can get. She can become cranky from that, and it's a whole thing. So so this is like a whole thing happening here for just using so many colors on people's faces, on actresses' faces.
Mm.
So now, you not doing colors and having it as a simple, basic makeup, so that even if you must do color, for example, say she's attending a party or something, let the color be on her lips. That because that is the only place that will not be so stressful to remove makeup on.
Yeah.
Taking off makeup on from them is very stressful because they're like they're like your crease. There's so many things. It's a delicate part of your face because your eyes are there and you have to like constantly rub on it and all of that to take out the makeup. So it cuts down time and it stresses your actor. So versus when I have nothing on her eyes, just a skin tone situation going on her eyes, and
Mm.
I need to switch from a party look to her just in the house regular, nothing happening. So now I don't have to customize downtime. All I need to do is wipe off her lips and put chapstick on it, and
Yeah.
she's as down as possible. You know. So and now I'm saving time of the production and I'm not stressing my actor. So I've noticed this in Hollywood films. It is only on very rare occasions. For example, if a character is a prostitute, that they make emphasis on their makeup and put some color on them. You
Mm.
know, that is the only time you see that happening. But like a regular day-to-day actor, and you are the lead character, and you're just a maybe a police officer or just a regular person. Even the people that even films that have to do with fashion,
Yeah.
they don't do crazy on their faces. You know, and this film is all about fashion and looking glam. But
Yeah.
if there is no like there's no craziness going on their face, even down to their lashes. But we like all those things, and it's distracting to be honest. I've seen myself watching a film and I'm distracted by the lashes, and I'm like, what is this?
Mhm.
Why is this blinking so much? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So these are things I've noticed along the way, and I've tried to, tell my team, like, okay, this is how I prefer we do my makeup. We don't, except this character is like going out to some sort of party, then we have to do lashes, but the lashes have to be as flawless as little as it's just there to enhance. We have to follow the rules of makeup.
Yeah.
Makeup is to enhance. We're not trying to change anybody's face from this to that. We're just trying to enhance what you have. So that is how I work now. So most of the people that I work on don't have colors in their eyes. Even if they do have anything on their eyes, it's gonna be um close to their base to color. The
Yeah.
base, their eye color, their skin color, it has to be very close to it, so that even if I'm trying to make a switch, it wouldn't matter, right? So I think these are important things that we really need to work on in film makeup because I watch a lot of films and all the actors are looking the same because they have the same shape of eyebrows. They're all wearing the same eyeliner. They're all wearing big lashes. They're
Mhm.
all looking so glam. And I'm like,
Yeah.
there is no character differentiation here. All I'm seeing are all made of women, glam, glam, glam. So how can I define this character by just looking at her makeup? Because that is what we're trying to do. I'm supposed to tell a character. I'm supposed to tell you a story about this character from the way she looks.
Yeah.
You know, all of them are looking the same. Are you trying to tell me they all have the same character? They can't all have the same character. You know, even if they are all prostitutes cannot have the same behavior. It's not all prostitutes that like to wear makeup. It's not all prostitutes that like to wear lashes. They'll all have their own thing. They are still individuals in as
Yeah.
much as they all have the So we're supposed to tell a story about a character from their makeup as well. It's not just the story in general that is supposed to make sense. I'm supposed to an actor from the way she's dressed down to her makeup, down to her hair, and I can say, okay, I think this character is very reserved and she's not all about the looks and all of that. I should be able to tell a character from the next one. So I think it's really important we do that. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm implementing that and all of that
Yeah.
to my work.
When I'm watching films, I'll look out for it. Um,
Right.
yeah. At the beginning, you mentioned you've had some like experiences on film sets that were not so desirable. What would you say you would like to improve in the way the Nigerian film industry works? Like, what bothers you the most that you want to change in the whole industry?
I think for the most, I would like to change the concept of a production thinking that because you've hired me for this job, I am somewhat a slave to you, thereby making me work 24 hours a day and you never pay me overtime.
Yeah.
And sometimes some productions do not even offer any apologies. There is no, oh, hi guys, I really understand that I stressed you all out, this past few days. Please, I appreciate your efforts. I know this is not how we're supposed to work. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you know we don't shoot like this anymore or something. Say something. Be you know. I mean, I'm not your slave because You're not paying me to work 24 hours a day.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't work 24 hours a day. So why do you want me to work 24 hours a day? So I think we need to change that concept that because they think it's all right for some reason. They're like, oh yeah, they're good over it. Yeah, sure. It's not a new thing, a normal level.
Yeah.
No, it's not supposed to be normal. If you want to keep me awake from now till the next morning, you have to also pay me to stay awake
Definitely.
because that that is a lot of energy being exerted. That is way too much stress for a human body,
Yeah.
you know. So I think I would like to change that concept. That you are paying me doesn't mean that I'm entitled. I'm supposed to do work in that way or work anyhow. You
Yeah.
know, not it's not nice, and it's really, really, I really don't like it when productions are not upfront about how they want to do a project.
Mm.
For example, you tell me, oh, you want to shoot for 3 weeks. Okay, good. And I charge you for 3 weeks. After beating down my price and doing all the scenario, we now end up shooting for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
The 1 week of the extra 1 week, most of the time, the money to be paid then is not open for conversation. It always ends up with either, oh, we'll find a compensation for you guys, which you might get, which you might not get,
Yeah.
or it's just nobody says anything and everybody is just like playing dumb. Oh, I didn't know you guys did an extra 1 week, you know?
Mm.
So why not tell me, why not say, guys, we're hoping 3 weeks, but we know something might go wrong and it will enter 4 weeks. So tell me your charge for 4 weeks,
Yeah.
right? So if we end up shooting for 3 weeks, then we can resolve that. We can always say, oh, okay, we did shoot 4 weeks. They say, you charged me for 4 weeks, so we have to remove money from that and pay you for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That is fine. That is fine with me. But you tell me, oh, we're shooting for 3 weeks and we end up shooting for 5 weeks or whatever, or even 3 weeks and a day. Even that one extra day, we should talk about it.
Yeah.
You should give us the option to talk about it, to say, give us the option to say, oh, guys, don't worry, you don't want an extra payment for this one day. It shouldn't be a decision you guys have to make and we all have to just go with it, right?
Yeah.
We all have to have that. Oh, guys, you guys want us to pay you for the extra 1 week. If you want us to pay you, please come and stand in line. Let's discuss. Right?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
how
it
it should work.
shouldn't even be an option that you choose. It's just being professional. You use extra time and then you should pay for that extra time.
I have worked in several projects, and trust me, what I'm telling you is real. That is what they do. I don't know why, but so far, that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that it's just not open to conversation is just the most ridiculous thing about it. It should be open to conversation. You're not supposed to tell me what you will pay me. We should discuss about it.
Uh-huh.
It's not supposed to, oh, me, it's 20K, I'll give you. It's like, don't, no. Because if this is an office job, you will pay me as we discussed, right?
Yeah.
You pay me at the end of the month, you give me, at the end of 4 weeks, you give me some amount of money, right?
Yeah.
If it's a contract, at the end of my, yeah, I will carry my bag and go. But yes, film projects, most of us were on a contract, but we don't even abide by the contract. They don't even abide by their own contract.
Yeah.
They're just looking for when, so they'll be like, oh yeah, you signed the contract. But they don't remember that, yes, I signed the contract with you, and my contract says I'm only to work for 2 weeks. But I've been working and I have not complained once. So why is my fee for that extra 1 week not open for a conversation? So it's just, I don't know who needs to do it. I guess it's part of production, but we really need to check that because it's not fair at all. So people come out, work for you with their whole heart, trying to make a film for you, and all you think about is how you're going to cheat them out of what is right. Not fair.
Yeah. We should do better. So yeah, Carina, how can people keep up with your work?
Yeah, I have social media on Instagram, and that is at Carina SFX Official.
Okay.
Carina, my name, X official, as in I am very official.
Yeah.
All
right. Thanks, Carina, for coming on the podcast.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks.
We have come to the end of this episode. Please remember to leave a rating and a review. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SelectGovFilm, and the podcast also on Instagram and Twitter at the Naija Film Pod. See you on the next episode. Have a good one.